I'm Sam Blacks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment.
And if you're a first-time viewer, welcome.
Karrion Kross, is his contract sort of work, or is that really official?
See, this is the thing.
I'm so confused, bruv.
I think the only way to gauge whether if we're being worked or if we're not being worked is if Karrion Kross has spoken to AW. Yeah. If Karrion Kross has spoken to Tony Khan, then we know that, okay, cool, he's not
Have
he's
you
not
listened to the
resigned.
Rawani interview?
I've listened to maybe excerpts about it. I've listened to the clip where he spoke about his contract and him asking them, like, how did you get to this figure?
Yeah.
Go back and let me know.
He did say that this is not work. He said that what you're not hearing, you're hearing Karrion Kross not in character. This is actually me talking facts. So it's not work.
So I watched his, he put out a documentary.
Documentary's sick, by the way.
The documentary's really good.
I've never seen anyone get released and then they put a full-on documentary.
He probably knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
he probably filmed it.
I'm assuming that he already knew that his contract was coming up.
Yeah,
so at this point, obviously, coming towards the end of his contract, there's always going to be even renegotiations where they let you know that, you know what, we're not going to come back and sign you. So obviously they wanted to renegotiate, but I'm guessing that the figure that they gave him didn't make sense to him. So obviously he's now asked them, okay, cool, can you guys give me the information how you guys have gotten to this figure? They weren't able to do that. So he said that, he's not signed. But again, we never know. We never actually know. This is the wrestling industry where it doesn't matter whether you're part of the audience, whether you're a journalist, they're still able to work people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think the only way to know whether Karrion Kross is not, I don't want to say lying, because it's part of his profession if he has to not tell us the truth. But if we find that he's spoken to TK, then we 100% know, okay, cool, he's not lying, because of course if he's under WWE contract, Tony Khan's not allowed to speak to him.
Speak to me,
But if he's not under WWE contract and he's had the conversation with Tony Khan, then
true. But then he has put that business thing, like, I'm ready to work, ready to fight, business at killercross.com
for indies.
His shots are now on PW. What's it? PWTs or something?
PWTs, Pro Wrestling Tees. Yeah.
Like, I believe it. I just believe it because the man won't be doing the whole documentary and blah blah blah. Like, if it is a work, then.
But the thing is, I feel like that documentary would have come out regardless of whether he re-signed or not.
You're right.
I feel because
he does that anyway.
I think that would have come out anyways. Yeah. But then I see it as this year. Maybe not to be even cynical, but I see it as this. WWE are now at a point where they're partnering up with independent companies.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked. Like, and this is just one part of the argument. Yeah. I'm not saying that he's not lying, or I'm not saying he's telling the truth, whatever. It could potentially be a thing where, let's say he has re-signed and he is doing the bookings thing. It could be a thing where WWE are now controlling the bookings and saying, okay, cool, we're now allowing you to wrestle in this place, but then we might see excerpts of you maybe showing up to a WWE, trying to fight your way, securities, doing whatever. It's like, no, this guy's not allowed here. Like, that's. I know I've got the golden pen.
I want that to happen.
But it's possible.
But it could work. I can't
E.
pretend to say that's not a possibility. But at the same time, I think one thing this documentary made me realize is I proper like Karrion Kross.
I've said
I proper like. I've always liked him. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes in ring he pisses me off. No. Okay. If there's anyone that's championed him, don't get me wrong. I've said that in ring. He's a bit. But I've always liked him. Like, I've always said, like, listen, I'm a fan of Karrion Kross. Yeah. But if there's anything that showed me how endearing this guy is, it's this documentary.
Yeah.
And I wanted to. And I think where my problem is, and don't get me wrong, I think there's a lot of people that will have this. There's a lot of conspiracy theories and theories about why he's now become so popular or whatnot.
What are they saying?
What's the conspiracy?
People are now saying it's. I read a thread. It was proper interesting. I can't remember who it was by, but I put it in the Discord. There was the guy was basically saying that people aren't necessarily cheering Karrion Kross or that happy for Karrion Kross because it's Karrion Kross, but because they're trying to rebel against the product. They did the same thing with R-Truth, which in my head I'm like, R-Truth was already popular as it is anyways. I think it's, I don't know, like from a standpoint, people are thinking it's like a myopic thing, but from watching this documentary, it's very hard to see that Karrion Kross doesn't have genuine fans.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely feel like there's a section of wrestling that love Karrion Kross.
Even the sign, No, not people
autograph signing.
No, there's
like the signings where people come up and like people coming up to him talking about and
giving him gifts.
Bro, we even know an example.
I see.
Remember the guy that was in our Twitter group? I can't remember the one that said that he misses Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
So his favorite wrestler of all time was Karrion Kross.
I remember,
He went to Vegas to go and train for a bit when he was training as a wrestler.
I remember.
And he met Karrion Kross and he told Karrion Kross how much he loves him, this and that. So I don't think it's like, on one aspect, I think when you're a particular type of fan who like work rate, it might look a bit funny to think that, oh, Karrion Kross has shooters. But then I don't think it's that crazy, because if we look at the women's division, some of the women that we don't even revere as great wrestlers,
people love them.
They have shooters.
Fans,
Like, you can't say a bad word about these women.
You can't. You get clamped, bro.
And all they're clamping you. Like, bro, for example, we
Alexa Bliss is one.
Bro,
you can't chat shit about Alexa Bliss. You're done.
Bro,
She got her fans.
They've got fans, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's crazy for someone like a Karrion Kross, who did one of the best promo works that we've seen this year after that WrestleMania, for people to now be like, wow, we need to put the rocket on this guy. Do you know what I mean? This is for me, this is no different to when the whole Rusev Day thing was happening.
Yeah, that's
people
what
fucked with Rusev. Don't get me wrong, I think Rusev is a great worker, but even at that time, it's not like he was showing us anything of note, but he got over on the Rusev Day thing and people were fucking with him. So I don't know, it's very...
So what do you reckon? Is it higher ups, TKO, them? Because I've been reading some articles of them saying that they want to renegotiate a couple of the contracts that were made earlier because the pay was too high.
I even just see...
which is probably that. That's why a lot of people got released before, because they're making X amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that they're not worth that amount of money, but it's like, we haven't got anything for you. So we don't want to pick like someone like a Braun Strowman, who I could imagine it was
making mills.
Making bread.
But with the he's angry, bro.
But with the direction that WWE are trying to go in, for them it's probably like, we actually haven't got anything for you. So paying you this amount of money, we can't justify it. We'd rather cut the cost.
Even that just came out just now.
What's that?
Which is fucked.
Bro.
Shayna Baszler had 3 years more on her contract before WWE released her.
So they paid her up, no? If that's how it works.
Which I think that's crazy to me.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's TKO for sure.
Yeah, no, it's
100%. They're
100%.
just trying to claw back as much money as possible.
Yeah, so... I mean, we'll see what happens with the Karrion Kross stuff. I think all the best to him, man. Whatever he decides to do, I hope it works out, and you know, we'll be supporting from where we can, and we'll try to keep up with it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think it's crazy that he's gained this type of notoriety. I don't think it's any conspiracy theory. It's like, I can see why people think that, but at the same time, generally, I think people just revere who they revere. I think people like who they like.
From pandemic days when he was bold and he was in the whole NXT stuff and he was mashing man up, beating people up, and he was like became NXT champion. People always gonna play that clip of him and Adam Cole when they're facing off and after. Yeah. That now becomes the clip of, you know what I mean? That goes, the 2004 roster was stacked.
That's
the version of that. But Karrion Kross during the NXT times during the pandemic, bro, he was killing. That's when I feel.
And the thing is, I think a lot of people have so much dislike to Karrion Kross in regards to maybe his wrestling style or him, that people are now making up lies. Like, there's a clip going around in regards to he wrestled at New Japan Strong Show and he faced Minoru Suzuki. And people are saying, this is why what's it called? New Japan didn't give him a contract because he had such a shit match with Suzuki. One, Suzuki is an old man that's not been having great matches anyways the last few years. Two, Karrion Kross was never going to sign with New Japan because he knew he was going back to WWE anyways. So why, like, I get it, like, for agenda, I get why people like to make up lies and say a lot of stuff, but people also have to remember that the internet and who they follow and the people that they're around, it's a vacuum. So when you're saying stuff, people are going to believe it. So people are now going around saying, because the match was so shit that New Japan didn't sign him. New Japan weren't going to sign him because one, they don't have enough bread to sign someone like that. Two, he was always going back to WWE. And if you listen to past interviews, he's always said it. The goal was to go back to WWE.
Yeah. Even in the documentary, he said the same thing. I knew he was coming back here.
He knew he was coming back here, so it's like, don't get me wrong. A lot of the times, I get it. It's for jokes, but then at the same time, some people will lie so much and make up so much jokes that they end up believing it.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, I read some of this stuff, and I'm like, who told you this? Like, who actually, like, did Suzuki message you and say,
this small boy?
This small boy. I called him a small boy because we wanted to sign him, and the match was shit. No, this is someone that's Suzuki's character.
Yeah.
He's chatting shit in a match. What the hell?
Yeah, thank you. He's got a problem. Yeah.
What's up, people? It's your boy Mex, the WrestleManiac, if you will. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. and we appreciate your support as always.